Yeah, yeah. Listen, man. Kill La Kll episode 7 review. Holy shit! I mean, it was just off. Of course, it's always off the charts, but they were able to cover so much. Once again, so much in 24 minutes, roughly. And oh, dude, when she got the 2-star Goku uniform, I'm like, what? Kiryuin, this evil bitch, no. But if you're wondering, the towel, I just came back from the gym. I'm sweaty as fuck, but listen, man, it's the way it is, right? No pain, no gain. But listen, I mean, because I saw this episode, I think 4 or 5 times now, and it's awesome. It really is awesome, because it's Mako. Mako's devastated. I mean, we've seen all these 2-star Goku uniforms throughout the entire course of the series. Most of them have been shit. The tennis girl was shit. Fukurado was shit. All these guys in this episode were shit. A lot of them are shit. The only ones that seem even remotely devastating are of course, the 3-star and Kiryuin herself. And of course, you know, Nudies, Beach, and they are beastly. But Mako, with a 2-star, was able to fuck around with Ryuko and just straight out fuck around with her and shit. And apparently she wasn't even trying. Well, no, like she was holding back. Because we see at the end, she punches the ground. Huge crater. And I'm sitting like, how in the fuck? So there's obvious differences between quantity and quality. Because in this episode, what we saw for the majority of the episode was quantity. We saw a shit ton of 2-star Goku uniforms wearers, but they were all shit. There was no exception. They were all shit. And then there's Mako. She comes in there, Fight Club spec, Fight Club president, like she's Brad Pitt, man. Fight Club president, Mankanshoku Mako. And she's looking like a straight-up admiral in One Piece, man. She has the coat, the jacket, and the wind and shit. It's black with spikes, and I'm like, what the? And then she comes in there, straight-up drop kicks, has all these gadgets out of nowhere. Then has a freaking spiked baseball bat. I'm like, this is straight-up wrestling right now. Like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? Fight Club. And the thing here is that, as far as I know, she's had no training in the martial arts. But of course, neither has Ryuko. Has Ryuko? Well, no, let's not say that. Because Ryuko, we don't really know a lot about her past. Aside from that, her father had died. And before him, her mother died. We actually find out this at the beginning of the episode. Where she's eating dinner. And then she talks about how, like, it was, you know, I'll get to that later. But basically, she reveals that her mother passed away before her father. And then her father sent her to boarding school, that kind of stuff. But basically, it was just it was a pretty damn good fight. Of course, as usual, fast-paced as fuck. And then they're tussling, and in comes the family. In comes the family with this, like, ridiculous, like, you know, like a lavish, you know, car, because they had finally got to the 2-star level. They go in the stands, and they're like, sorry, but we like the way we are right now. Mako, fuck her up. And then it just straight up beatdown. So she fires a missile. Her badge transforms into a fucking missile, dude. Who makes this shit up? This is like Oda level. Like, this is insane. Like, they really a missile. And the missile was etched out to be very similar to Mako's own body. Who makes this shit? It's phenomenal. She fires that, and Ryuko actually takes it, and then she winds up completely disengaging her Kamui. And then she just takes blows for days. She takes blows for days. And then it's evening, and then finally Mako's gonna deliver the final blow, but she can't do it. and then she punches the ground, and then straight up explosion everywhere. So, and then after that, everything's fine because we have the family, and they, you know, they're very, very, very sorry for what they just did because they were stupid, and then they go back to the way things were at the beginning of the episode. But here's the thing. So this episode had a few things going for it aside from the actual fight itself. So the actual combat was good. The animation was on point as usual. The pacing is as usual fast as fuck because again, this kind of stuff would take like probably 5 or 6 episodes in a series like One Piece or Naruto or, you know, those kind of series when it comes to their pacing in their animes. But in this series, it takes like one episode literally for all this to transpire. And they cover even more too, so it's phenomenal when it comes to its pacing. Phenomenal speed as usual. Now, there are 2 things here that I think are very important when it comes to overall life lessons. Something that you may want to keep in mind later on in your lives, because I'm assuming that most of you guys here who are watching this video are like around the age of, let's say, between 15 and 30. Unless you're in Japan, because actually I get a lot of older Japanese women watching my stuff, which is flattered. But first of all, family. The importance of family. Something as simple as eating dinner together. And, you know, something that we neglect as of late in the, well, at least I can say in America, because, you know, like, it's very rare that you have a family nowadays that actually, like, a family value such as home cooking seems to be miscellaneous nowadays, where in which people don't really do that anymore. People just come home, they put shit in the microwave, and they call it a day, and they go to bed. And we kind of see how that kind of transpires when they're in the 2-star house, where everyone's doing their own thing, and they're not focusing on something as simple as having a family dinner like every night, or trying to every night. Because everyone's so busy doing their own thing. Everyone's so preoccupied in their own lives, in their own bubbles. And there is no more cohesion when it comes to the family members. In fact, we see this, where the father, he gets to a point where he's so rich where he doesn't even look at his wife anymore. He has like all these chicks around him, like, yeah, like, give me all the stock you got. And even the wife has like all these, like, you know, male strippers, or there's actually a term for that. There's because in Japan, there are like these guys who get paid to stay with women for like hours on end just to appease them, like a house, something. It's something. I forgot what it was exactly. I saw a documentary on it, but you know, Netflix, perfect. But a godsend right here. And we even see the dog. The dog has its own, like, it has its own bitches, literally its own, you know, like, crew of bitches. Like, yeah, woo! And I'm like, what the? So, and we see that there is this loss of family structure the higher up, well, at least when they got to the 2-star. The 1-star, everything was a lot better. But when they got to the 2-star, there was a complete loss of family values. And Ryuko, she was trying so hard to get that back. Because, well, no, at first, she thought that'd be a good thing. Well, at first, it was to basically take out all the 2-star uniform guys who were coming at her because they were all scrubs. And she's doing like the same move the entire time, like she's damn Ichigo, or Goku, or Seiya, Pegasus Seiya, the same shit. Alright, you know, thread stripper, the same damn. I'm like, oh my god, whoa, Getsuga, Getsuga, yes! I'm like, fuck. But either way, because, you know, I'll let it slide because it's Ryuko, and Ryuko, she's cool. She's cool shit. But the thing here is that once they got to that level, she realized, fuck, this is not what I wanted. Even though everyone was happy in the 1-star, the 2-star is completely different. And now I'd rather live in the slums, because at least we have that family, those family values reinforced within this family. So that was actually a very important lesson. So something as simple as a family dinner can mean a lot. And of course, knowing how to cook. But then again, the mother can't exactly, well, her ingredients were not that good when she was in the slums, but when she was in the 1-star. So basically, I think the 1-star is the more appropriate one to actually look at for a life motto. That's what I believe. But that was good. Number 2. Kirin Sasuke. For some reason, she was like mad hype in this episode. Like when she finally was able to manipulate Mako into doing what she wanted, she got mad hype. She's like, yeah, you see this? They're pigs. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what the fuck? She got mad hyped. She was mad hyped. She was like, yeah! Buta! I think it's Japanese. I think it's pig in Japanese. And what she was saying is very simple. Prosperity leads to greed. Okay? And then the greed leads to these earthly desires. And then people want to hold on to those earthly desires. Therefore, they will do anything to hold on to that. And we see this very clearly in the family, where they finally experience luxury and they don't want to let it go. And they're even willing to actually take out Ryuko so they can sustain their current lifestyle. So, I mean, is that true or not? It depends. I mean, you take a look at the wealthy in today's economy. Do they have... Let me leave it at that. Because, you know, I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to go and talk about the structure of United States and the rich and the 1% and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that's something it'll take too long. It'll take way too long. Like, that'll jump this video from like 15 minutes to like 30 minutes. So, no. But either way, keep that in mind. And apparently, at the end of the episode, we're going to have this something reprisal of the Academy. Where apparently, we have, I think his name is Inumuta from the Elite Four. And he basically is saying, wait a second, Satsuki-sama, did you do all this so you could remove the undesirables in the school? As if, like, Satsuki planned the entire thing, and she smiles. And of course she did. No shit. Because she's a genius. This entire thing was not only to try and install fear in Ryuko and try and get Mako to betray Ryuko, which didn't work out because, you know, Ryuko and Mako, they have a strong bond. But also, it was to remove the undesirables in this school so they can build the school from the ground up and make a stronger foundation. So I'm sitting here, and she's able to do this. And probably when she told everyone that they can get a 3-star uniform if they beat Ryuko, that was probably also to remove the undesirables, because she probably knew that Ryuko would beat all of them. But it was to remove the trash from the school, or from the top tier, the 2 stars. So, Satsuki-sama. Alright, okay. But overall rating of this episode, I did like it. I thought it was very good. Just seeing Mako, seeing Ryuko in this situation, and their friendship being able to, you know, help them and see them through the day, the ideas hinted or pushed in the episode, they were also very good when it came to the greed and when it came to the earthly desires, when it came to family values and that kind of stuff. So the episode rating overall, I thought was a great episode of Kill La Kll. And I'm signing out. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.